Hello there and welcome. I'm Ole Brøller, and if you're new here, I truly hope I'll earn your subscription today. Today we're diving into Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the board game. If you've played it, you know it comes with a mountain of cards, tokens, player boards, and to be honest, it can get messy. I'm a huge fan of this game, and I'm a member of various groups on social media, and especially one Facebook group called Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the board game. A while back, I came across a brilliant post by a guy named Denys Filiahin. I really hope I don't butcher your name. I reached out to him, and he generously shared the files with me so I could cut the design on my laser cutter. In this video, I will show you the design and how it works. But first, I'll need to unbox my own game here and poke everything out. Let's get started. Organizing this is actually pretty easy for storage, but when we're getting to the player board, it can get pretty messy. So let's have a look at those design files. Okay, this is a huge file, but I can see a lot of the stuff is repetitive. I think I'll need to chop everything up and place it differently in separate and smaller files. I think this is one of the biggest parts I need to cut, and it just fits right here on my 20 by 30 centimeters, which is the maximum size I can cut on my laser. And this is another part, and I think we have a problem. This one here exceeds the maximum size I have on my laser cutter. But let's get back to that later. This design is made for 4mm MDF or plywood, and the only thing I could get my hands on is 3mm. I could have used 6mm, but I still need to do the redesign, and I think 6mm is a bit too thick. I also made a couple of additions, like this star, and I want to engrave this text and the star and make something special with this later. As you can see, my laser cutter can't handle some parts of this design. My current laser cutter can only cut 20 by 30 centimeters, and that's not big enough, and I don't want to glue stuff together. So I actually had to go out and invest in a new laser cutter. Now I can cut sizes like this. So I got this heavy box. It's an Elegoo 20 watts diode laser. Let's get this assembled and start cutting some boards. Damn, this is huge. I think I'll need to reorganize my workshop because I'm running out of space. But let's start cutting some of these boards. So I had to move things around because now I'm capable of cutting 40 by 40 centimeters. 400mm by 400mm. And for you guys with the Freedom units, it's approximately 16 by 16 inches. So now I can actually cut some quite big stuff, but I'm not leaving behind my old laser cutter. It can still do a lot of tasks. It is also a bit faster than the new laser cutter. But have a look at this. So many parts in one single piece of wood. Another thing about this laser, it is very dangerous. You need to wear safety glasses at all time because this is an open laser. It has some shielding, but you can still see that laser, and one hit in your eye and it's done. I'm wearing protective glasses at all time while working with this laser. And the doors to my workshop, they are locked so nobody can enter and get this laser in their eyes. I am going to build a full enclosure for this laser over time, and I might make a video about that. Just promise me, if you're getting a laser, stay safe. It's not a toy, it's a tool. You don't put your fingers in your table saw either, right? Okay, look at this engraving. I'm back on my old laser cutter and I'm engraving this very deep. Because the plan is I want to fill in this engraving with bronze at the bronze, silver at the silver, gold at the gold, and then I have this awesome Asia color that I want to use on the Asia star. I overpainted it a bit, but a piece of sandpaper and everything will look sharp. And now I can start gluing everything together. I'm just using ordinary PVA glue. You can also use wood glue, and you might prefer using that, but PVA glue, that will work fine. And I think this looks awesome. First part is done. Let's move on and start assembling the plate that will hold the town cards. I'm using a wet brush to remove the excess glue that's spilled out under the assembled parts. Now this is almost done and I will just need to make 3 more. I want a 4-player setup. This is the hero organizer. I don't think this works correctly. I don't like this hole in the bottom of this, and if I slide it up here, there will be a hole in the top. It's like the bottom plate is too small for this top layer. This is just 2 parts, pretty easy to glue together. So I made a couple of modifications. I extended the boards and the height, and now there's no holes in the bottom of the hero plate. And since I'm cutting this in 3mm instead of 4, I made a tiny list so the cards won't fall off, because it was a bit too wide in this top gap. And this is the holder for specialities, spells and artifact cards. My airflow on the laser cutter had a malfunction, so there is a lot of scorch mark that I need to sand off before I can glue everything together. And I think this turned out awesome. There's still a couple of scorch marks, but I will sand it off later. I think this is a very clever design that Denys made. And with a few modifications, I think this will keep the gaming table totally organized. I'll give Denys full credit for this awesome design. And thank you for sharing the file with me if you're watching this. However, I couldn't get in touch with Denys since I received the original files. And I'll leave a link to his Facebook page here in the description below if you want to try to contact him and get the files. I redesigned all these to fit 3mm plywood, and I chopped it up in smaller files, so if you are able to get access to a laser cutter, I will try to make all the files available, and I will put a link in the description if I get a permission to share the files from Denys. When everything is released for this game, I will end up with 10 painted factions in each color. So I thought it would maybe be a good idea to make 6 more, so I have 10 boards in total, and paint them in each faction color. I think that would be a cool idea. Overall, I think this will keep my gaming table nice and clean. This is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. And if you already haven't done it, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you soon.